Of course. I don't have to have enough power to hurt him. I just got to beat him. That's it. If he slip up, then, he will get hurt.
Terence Crawford has just lit the fuse. He's not just saying he can damage Canelo, he's going to show it. But here's the twist, he's not coming to fight. Instead, he's coming to beat him round by round. Teddy Atlas, one of boxing's sharpest brains, fully supports Crawford. He added, "I'm taking Crawford to handle it all, that's it, I am. I'm not in any way trying to shortchange the tremendous fighter called Canelo, he's not just siding with Bud. He truly thinks Crawford has the power to knock Canelo out or, at the very least, outclass him over 12 rounds. It's not about underrating Canelo's impact, it's about what Teddy sees in Crawford right now, the timing, the pose, the killer instinct, it's all there. Atlas knows what success looks like.
I'm been in this sport like so many years. I had so many good fights in my career, and I had the experience to adapt myself to these kind of fighters. I fight everybody out there, every style, and I'm gonna do my job and put all my experience, all my talent there, and that's it.
He's heard the talk and seen the hype, but in his mind it means nothing. Canelo thinks his experience is the real weapon here, the edge that will break Crawford down when it matters most. He's met every style and every challenge and still stands at the top. This isn't new ground for him, and when a fighter as battle-tested as Canelo calmly says he's coming to do his job, it's not confidence. It's a cold, quiet warning, but Canelo didn't stop there. He wanted to make something very clear. He's not just another elite boxer going into the ring, he stated, I'm different, I'm a top fighter, so that's the difference. Big change. This wasn't cockiness, it was confidence in his eyes. Crawford may be great, but he's built differently. Canelo's not coming to match skills, he's coming to lead, to command, to dominate. He's been in deep waters before, and he's always found a way to rise, and when a fighter starts talking like that, you can feel the storm building. Even Canelo says, this fight was never part of his plan. In fact, he never imagined sharing the ring with Crawford.
We're thinking about the fight Crawford, I never in my life, because he's a low weight than me. So, but I never thinking about it. But that's the fun part of boxing. You never know what is gonna happen, right? And now we are here. And I'm glad to share the ring with one of the best fighters out there, and I'm just can't wait.
The beauty of boxing is that the unexpected becomes reality. And now that the fight is here, Canelo's not just ready. He's excited. He respects Crawford's rise, respects the task, but that doesn't mean he's backing down. This is about pride, legacy, and showing once again why he's at the top. And then came the sharpest line of all. Canelo drew the line in the sand loud and clear in his mind. Crawford simply isn't beat.
Never. Never.
So he will never beat you.
Obviously he's a special fighter. He's a good fighter, but that's why they are good weight classes, right? And we're gonna find out September.
Crawford is a special fighter, but not because of his size or level. That wasn't trash talk, it was cold truth from a man who's faced giants. Canelo isn't just questioning Crawford's skill, he's asking whether he even belongs in the same ring as him. Weight classes exist for a reason, and come September, he plans to show exactly why that difference counts. Crawford isn't one to stay quiet, and he hit back with accuracy, just like he does.
I won't say it will end with my hand rose, making history.
I like that answer, but talk some bud.
Listen. I might be the smaller fighter, but Canelo can testify to this. He went up against bigger fighters and been victorious. So all that smaller fighter and I'm the bigger fighter, that goes out the window when you got skill.
Crawford is not afraid to speak the truth. He knows that being the smaller man does not imply being the weaker one. In fact, he pointed out that Canelo has previously beaten bigger fighters, so that excuse doesn't fly. Crawford believes that skills always beat size, and he's here to show it.
He's a tremendous fighter. He got the skills, the experience, the power. He got everything. That's why it's so intriguing. Everybody want to know, can Terence Crawford take Canelo power? Can Terence Crawford deal with Canelo pressure? Can Terence Crawford deal with Canelo's body attack and his experience? And that's why everybody want to see it, because they know how great Terence Crawford is, but they don't know how great Terence Crawford is at 168.
Crawford feels openly about Canelo's skill set, but he also thinks that's what makes this challenge worthwhile. It's not about proving he's great, it's about proving he's great enough to conquer new territory. And when a fighter welcomes a kind of uncertainty with open arms, you know something legendary is about to happen.
We know what Canelo brings to the table, but nobody knows what Terence Crawford is bringing to the table at 168. And that's why the fight is going to be so intriguing. I never thought in a million years of me fighting Canelo. Never, watching him as he coming up, and rise, and me at a smaller weight class, it was never a thought of fighting him. But as I got bigger and as, the great fighters started retiring, Canelo is the last great. Terence Crawford the last great. So why not make it a super great fight? That's why I chose Canelo.
Crawford sees this fight as a meeting of the last two greats, and when fate aligns like that, history is no longer written, it's earned. He admits that he never imagined facing Canelo, not even in his wildest dreams, but the sport changed, champions retired, and the spotlight narrowed down to just two names. He kept it simple, but his words carried real weight, no fluff, no predictions, just straight belief.
I never say how a fight gonna end. If you watch Terence Crawford's whole career, I never came and predicted I was gonna knock somebody out or I was gonna do this. But every time I did say something, I said I was gonna win, and I'm saying that right now. I'm gonna win.
He's not the guy who talks about knockouts or how a fight will end. That's never been his thing. But what he does say every time is that he's going to win. And history shows when Crawford says it, he means it. This wasn't hype, it was a warning dressed as confidence. And now, with the fight coming, those words feel heavier than ever. One statement, one promise, one storm is coming. Crawford isn't the only one making bold claims. Canelo delivered his own with that icy calm only giants carry. He didn't need a speech, just 5 words. I'm going to win. That's all he said. And that was enough. No back and forth, no acts, just pure confidence from a man who's been here countless times before. He's walked through fire, silenced critics, and defeated weight classes. To Canelo, this is just another step. Another name to check off. And when a fighter speaks like that without blinking, you know he's already visualized the win. And Canelo didn't stop there. He gave us a glimpse into the mindset of a man who refuses to accept loss, not even as a thought.
Yeah, always in my mind doesn't exist a loss. I train, I put my best, I dedicate myself to this sport, and I'm just thinking about win, to make history, and this is no deception.
Canelo made it clear that he doesn't see losing as a choice. Every drop of sweat, every early morning, every sacrifice, it's all for one reason: to win and make history. This isn't just another payday or belt, it's a heritage. He's not coming for survival, he's coming for control. When Canelo talks like that, you're not just hearing confidence, you're hearing obsession. And when obsession meets chance, fireworks are guaranteed.
He's a good fighter, a great fighter. I always say before I see him calling me out and want to fight and everything, I say before, he's a great fighter. But if you look at his career, mention one elite fighter. Just mention me one elite fighter.
Crawford responded to Canelo's words by naming names and defending his reputation. Canelo questioned Crawford's path to this moment, saying that he hasn't shared the ring with true elites, killers, or legends, and until he does, he isn't buying the hype.
Wasn't elite?
Who?
Victor Postal.
Who's that guy?
Oh, so he wasn't commercialized. He wasn't a great. Ricky Burns wasn't elite.
What? 40 years old champion in that moment beat Mr. Postal in my gym. I saw that.
So Ricky Burns wasn't elite?
Ricky Burns doesn't elite.
Okay.
He's not elite.
It's cool. Is
there a champion?
I'm going to fight another elite
There is
fighter
a champions, good fighters, but elite fighters is different.
Canelo was not impressed by Crawford's references to champions, like Victor Postal and Ricky Burns, who had belts, resumes, and grit, but he saw them as good names rather than elite-level opponents. To Canelo, elite means surviving the fire against legends, not just having a title. The exchange wasn't just about names. It was about standing, but Crawford was not going to sit there and let his legacy be dismissed.
Hey, wait.
So I'm gonna fight an elite fighter in September.
Yeah, okay.
Then
we're
see.
gonna find out.
Then we're
We're
gonna
gonna find out.
Then we're gonna
And
find
don't
out.
get me wrong, you're a great fighter.
I know I'm great.
You're a great
You ain't
fighter.
gotta
But
tell
are
me
you
I'm
gonna
great.
find out? I hope
But I'm talking about
your
elite.
uncle Turki Alashi pay you enough money because it's gonna be the last. That's
It
for
may
sure.
be. It may be. Maybe.
I hope he pay you.
He gave Crawford his flowers, sure, but made it clearly clear this might be Crawford's final headline. Canelo's tone was sharp, almost mocking, hinting that Crawford should enjoy the payday while he can. It wasn't just trash talk, it was a warning dressed as a farewell in Canelo's eyes. This isn't just a fight, it's an ending, one that he plans to walk away from alone, because in Canelo's world there's no room for two kings. However, the tension continued to build. Crawford delivered a cold warning and Canelo met it without blinking. Crawford didn't just claim victory, he claimed that his fights leave lasting damage in his world. Stepping into the ring within changes a fighter forever. But Canelo didn't back down, he shot back with calm defiance, daring Crawford to say the same thing once the fight is over. This wasn't just back and forth anymore, it was personal to champions, both unshaken, both convinced the other won't survive the aftermath. The storm is coming and only one walks out whole. The mind games didn't stop. Crawford gave Canelo his due but followed it with a shot that hit deeper than any punch.
Canelo got a great resume. You know, I'm not gonna take it away from him. He's fought a lot of great champions, but you know, at the age that he fought him in, you know, you know, they was already on a decline, some of them, you know, and when he didn't, you know, you see what happened.
He recognized Canelo's impressive resume but quickly questioned when those wins happened. According to Crawford, many of Canelo's opponents were past their prime when he beat them, and the ones who weren't, well, the results spoke for themselves. It was a smart jab laced with truth and challenge. Crawford wasn't just critiquing Canelo's task, he was setting the stage for what comes next, because now he's not just aiming to win, he's aiming to expose. Crawford didn't stop at general criticism, he brought receipts with names, moments, and outcomes. He peeled back the shine on Canelo's career. You know, he fought Lura, you know, and I thought Lura beat him, you know, he fought, you know, Mayweather, you see what happened, he fought Bivol when he went out Pan, try to be great like I'm doing, and you know, he came up short, you know, when he fought him, my beau from Texas, you know, they gave him problems, but you know, it is what it is. He pointed to the fights that didn't go Canelo's way, Mayweather, Bivol, and tough challenges like the one from his fellow Texan. Each example was a warning that even the biggest stars have cracks. Crawford wasn't being disrespectful, he was being smart. Highlighting Canelo's struggles was his way of saying, I've studied you, I've seen the blueprint, and I'm coming for the gap. The word was loud and clear. If others found a way in, so will he. Crawford spoke with raw energy, shifting the conversation from mind games to pure war readiness. He made it clear this fight is all business. I got the style, I got the skills, I got the heart, and I'm not gonna sit around. And you know, I'll play no games with Canelo, you know, because he's not gonna play no games with me, and it's going to be a good fight, and I'm excited. He laid it out plain, the style, the skills, a heart, it's all locked in. Crawford knows Canelo won't take it easy, and he has no intention of doing so either. This won't be a chess match, it'll be a test of will, grit, and fire, and instead of fear, Crawford's showing excitement. That kind of energy isn't just height, it's a sign that he's already in the fight before the bell even rings. This is where respect ends and war begins. Just when the intensity seemed to reach its peak, Crawford revealed something that added a whole new layer of intrigue. He hasn't even hit full gear.
You're training right now.
All the 6 months. I have a fight in May, and then after that, I'm gonna maybe rest like a week and then start training again for September. Focus on what I'm doing right now. Obviously, I'm focused 100% on May because I need to take care about the fight first.
He admitted he's keeping things light for now. No hard training, no full-blown camp. Why? Because when he trains, he goes all in. And this time he's saving every ounce of that fire for fight night. Crawford isn't just pacing himself, he's planning a perfectly timed blast. While others burn out early, he's conserving energy for the storm. And that calm, calculated waiting might be the most dangerous thing of all. On the other side, Canelo's attitude couldn't be more different. He's already deep in the trenches, sharpening every tool for what's ahead. You're training right now. In 6 months, I have a fight in May. And then after that, I'm going to maybe rest for like a week and then start training again for September. Focus on what I'm doing right now. Obviously, I'm focused 100% on me because I need to take care of that fight first. He's been training non-stop with one fight in May and barely a week off before going straight into prep for September. There's no break, no distractions, just full focus on what's coming. Canelo's message is simple. He's not leaving anything to chance, while Crawford is pacing for the right moment. Canelo is grinding for total preparation, to champions to tactics, and only one will pay off when the lights go up. Even Crawford's longtime trainer Brian "Bo" McIntyre gave Canelo his due because greatness no matter the corner demands respect. He's a great fighter, man, that's why he in the position that he in. Now fight some of the greatest fighters out there in the last 15, 20 years or 15 years, so hey man, you can't take nothing away from him. But Boma called it how it is. Canelo has earned his spot at the top with a career spanning over 15 years and a resume full of champions. Canelo isn't just important, he's legendary. There was no downplaying, no excuses, just recognition of the mountain Crawford's about to climb, but Bomac's tone wasn't fear, it was fuel. To beat a legend, you first had to respect one, and Bowick knows that's exactly what makes victory even sweeter. Coach Calvin Ford, a recognized voice in the fight game, weighed in, and he made it clear this clash is bigger than just belts. The whole fight is, Crawford getting another serious young African-American to face him. It's been a while, you know what I'm saying, and this guy, he's alive. Canelo is the GOAT, and it's good for Terence Crawford to see that guy, you know what I'm saying, and it's good for Canelo to see him, Again, it gives the fighting world something to talk about, and everybody's looking forward to it. He sees this as more than a showdown, it's a moment, a powerful culture collision between two generational talents. Crawford is stepping up against a world icon, and Canelo is facing a hungry, dangerous challenge from a different wave. Ford called Canelo the GOAT, but also praised what this means for Crawford and the sport. It's the kind of matchup that sparks debate, stirs emotion, and gets everyone watching. This isn't just a fight, it's a celebration of everything fighting can be. Even Canelo's energy said it all. He wasn't tense, he wasn't scared, and he was excited, almost smiling at the storm ahead.
I'm happy, I'm excited. That's this situation make me feel excited because, making history is all about my career. So I'm excited to be here and ready.
To him, this isn't just another fight. It's another chance to make history. That's been the theme of his entire career. Chasing success moment by moment, facing Crawford, a man many consider pound for pound the best, only adds fuel to that fire. Canelo isn't just ready. He wants this because, when reputation is on the line, pressure doesn't scare champions, it excites them. And right now, Canelo looks like a man walking straight into history on his terms. This isn't just a boxing match, it's a collision of legends. Terence Crawford, the master technician with ice in his veins, is stepping up to test the face of modern boxing. Canelo Alvarez, both men think they are the best. Both think the other isn't ready. And both are walking into the ring with everything on the line. Pride, history, and legacy. This fight has all the fixings of an instant classic. Crawford has the timing, the footwork, and the fire. Canelo has the power, the knowledge, and the chin. It's speed versus strength, calm versus fire, and most importantly, greatness versus greatness. Is nearly impossible to predict, but one thing is guaranteed. Someone's reputation will never be the same after this. So what do you think? Who do you think walks out with their hand raised, Canelo or Crawford? Will Crawford's precision and IQ be enough to counter Canelo's power? Or will Canelo's experience and pressure break Crawford down round by round? Could this be the fight that marks an era? Let us know your ideas in the comments below. Don't forget to like, follow, and tune in for more videos like this.